Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're going to be breaking down the new post from One Piece Treasure Cruise socials for the Egghead Endgame, being the new Super Sugo Fest that will be coming, I believe, on the 14th of September. And lo and behold, we have another Luffy. Another Gear 5 Luffy is coming. Look, we're really hopeful this would be something a little bit left field. But look, when Bandai wants to make money off OPTC, they just throw Gear 5 Luffy into the mix, and it just makes them money. So look, I'm not shocked that this was Luffy. Honestly, I was more in the camp of thinking it might be a Bonnie, because like we've had so many Luffys, and then Gear 5 Luffy panel missions out, all that fun stuff. But yes, we are getting a new Luffy, and in today's video we're going to break down the Luffy himself. We're also getting a new Kuma, who's a regular Sugo Fest exclusive character. I'll do a separate video on him, a little 3-minute breakdown, less than 3 minutes short, that I like to do for regular Sugo Fest characters. But today we're just going to be focusing on this man right here. You can see on screen there, Rampage in the Future City, Monkey D. Luffy. This is basically where he's fighting Saturn. He grabs Kizaru, and he basically just gets some new life about him. Yeah, as you can see, it's going to be coming on Sunday, which I believe is the same time that the actual episode does go live. So the episode will go live, and then the character will be in game, which is actually pretty cool. They've done this before with Yamato, which is really sick. But let's head over to the website, which you can find over on OPTC Twitter post. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys if you guys want to check it out yourself. But this is basically the OPTC letter that explains everything. This is the site that they do everything on, and this is where you can find the web store as well, if you guys haven't done that already, to claim your 50 free Sugo Gems. So the OPTC letter, Egghead Final Phase, Super Sugo Fest, Warrior of Liberation. Info on the new campaign and the new character abilities are below. So as you can see there, we have the new Luffy, we have the new Kuma, and we have the campaign information. Greetings, Nakama. Thank you for your continued support on OPTC. Today we'll introduce the characters for the Egghead Final Phase. Super Sugo Fest, Warrior Liberation was announced on our official social media accounts, as well as various campaign information. The Egghead Final Phase Super Sugo Fest will be held over 3 parts, so stay tuned for additional info to be announced at a later date. So, I believe Todd posted that he believes it's going to be 2 parts. Well, no. They're thinking a bit bigger. They're thinking 3 parts. So they didn't do it for One Piece Day, which usually is what happens. We usually get the big stuff for One Piece Day, and around this time is when part 2 of the One Piece Day celebration would kick in. We had something like, when Film Red dropped, we had Super Tandem Shanks that came out around this particular time. Last year, I can't exactly remember what character. It was the, Law and Blackbeard for the Versus One Piece Day Sugo Fest. So, yeah, 3 parts. So you bet your ass, on the 21st of September, there is an episode that is going live, and it is, without giving away too many spoilers, it's like introducing the Elder Stars. So the other Elder Stars will be coming, and that's where a lot of really powerful, big-time Celestial Dragons are coming. So just be mindful when diving into a celebration like this, not to go too ham-tart on your gems, because, yeah, you're going to want to have some for the next 2 parts as well. But Monkey D. Luffy, Rampage in a Future City. So very nice artwork, looking pretty menacing, holding Kizaru in one hand and just stopping Saturn with the other. If we have a quick little zoom in here, you can see that he has the new Limit Break ability, which I believe is the Limit Break ability to break the damage cap. So this is the first rendition we are getting of these types of characters. Remember, not only this Limit Break ability will do that, but also level 150. He is a quick fighter powerhouse, which is very, very nice. He has Super Tandem as well. Being a Super Tandem character is always good. And he has an EX Super. As you can see, there's his little sprite there jumping around like Gear 5 Luffy does. And then his tags being Straw Hat, Worst Generation, Egghead, Mythical Zoan, and the 4 Emperors there as well. So very interesting that we're finally getting the characters that have the, like if we kind of zoom in here, you can kind of see it right there, that little blue ability. I believe, I don't have any confirmation. I might check out like Papi's Twitter posts and stuff like that. He might have some more information. But it does seem like this is going to be that new Limit Break ability that allows you to break that damage cap. It says here that Monkey D. Luffy is a Super Sugo Fest, and the special name is scheduled to be revealed after the broadcast episode of 11:43. This is basically just their way of just not dropping spoilers on anime-only watchers. So, hey, look, it is what it is. Key points. I'm not really going to break down the key points because we're going to break down the character himself But this is basically the gist of all the strong points that the character does. His type and class, as I mentioned, is quick powerhouse fighter. He's special, don't have the name yet, we'll get that once the episode goes live. Basically, he reduces crew's special bind duration by 10 turns, 80 times his attack in non-type damage from tap time bonuses for 5 turns, a quick territory for 3 turns, boosts quick and powerhouse characters' slot effects by up to 4.25, depending if you do the excellent in the tap timing specials. And then if you have 5 or more Straw Hats, Giants, Logias, or Paramecias on the crew, makes crew's type slot effects matching for 2 turns, locks the chains multiplier at 3.25, maxing at 35 times for 2 turns, and then up to 2 chain multiplier effects can be applied. So I believe it just means that you can actually buff this twice. Otherwise, locks the chain multiplier at 2.5, maxing at 30 times. So getting the 5 Straw Hat, Giant, Logia, Paramecia is actually pretty easy. Obviously, if you have something like Robin being a Straw Hat Paramecia, it doesn't count as 2, it just counts as 1. So you are going to have to find 5 of your crew members to be these particular types. But look, Straw Hats have so much representation in the game, it's not exactly super challenging to do that. And obviously Paramecia being the biggest Devil Fruit class, it's very easy to find Paramecia types as well. Honestly, Logias are getting a lot of love too, so if you just throw, say, Sabos into the mix with this whole tap timing bonus, I believe Sabo needs 5 turns of that to get all of his abilities off with the New Year's Sabo. So, like, you do have parallels there that you can actually use on teams. His captain ability is Suppressing Fierce Foes. He reduces crew's special charge, verse, and switch effects by 2 at the start of the quest. Quick and Powerhouse get 6 times attack, 1.35 HP. Then all other characters get an attack boost of 4.5 times. Crew's quick recovery and tandem slots have matching slot effects, and then he reduces special bind on himself for 10 turns. This works great with his special, obviously being able to remove the rest of the special bind. If the character is a captain and performs the excellent for the action special, boosts Straw Hat, Giant, Logia, and Paramecia characters attack by 1.1 times, and then then if you hit the excellence, it becomes 1.3 times. So you're always getting the 1.1, and then that can become 1.3 if you hit an excellent, which, if you're like me, I don't even bother with this. Like, the damage numbers we get nowadays are just so high, but obviously you want to be breaking the damage cap, so this is going to be a little bit interesting with this character being the first character to have that new limit break ability. When a total of 4 or more Egghead or Land of Wano Arc characters on the crew, reduces crew's special reverse by 10 turns, and when 4 or more Egghead or Land of Wano Arc characters are on the crew, and the crew has an attack or slot effect boost, allows crew's attack and slot effect boost to be increased up to 2 times, further increasing crew's attack boost and slot effect boost by 1.2. So essentially, you want to try and build out 5 characters that are on the team that are like Logia, Straw Hats, Giants, Paramecia, but then you want 4 of those characters to be Land of Wano and Egghead to get a lot of this going. Look, the tag system, I've rambled on and on and on about the tag system. It's good in principle, bad in practice, because they're not exactly going back and updating a lot of old characters. I think the tag system just gives the OPTC team a perfect window to just go back and give level limit breaks and tags to all of those redundant characters in the game, like Clash characters, Colosseum characters, old treasure map units. It just makes sense. Like, I just don't know why they're not doing it. Old rare recruits, like characters from 2016, you can make them viable again, like what they did with the Whitebeard Pirates. Like, so yeah, just go back and do it. Just hire a team and just go do it. You make so much more money, and you have so much, players will have so much more fun. Crewmate ability, Powerhouse characters get base attack of 200 and makes Powerhouse characters quick recovery tandem slots matching, and then reduces these characters' special bind by 10 turns, which is great because he removes special bind himself. He's Super Tandem when you have 3 or more of the following characters on the crew. So, look, a Super Tandem that needs 3 characters and then himself, you're realistically only getting a lot of damage out of, what, 3 units at that point, because the 4th, 5th, and 6th characters tap. Then you're getting a lot of damage with those units. So it's not the end of the world, but, like, remember, you have to build out Paramecia, Straw Hats, Logias, all that fun stuff that also need to be Egghead, Wano characters, and now they have to have 3 of them be these characters' names, which is all of the Straw Hats, all the Vegapunks, Bonnie, Sabo, Ace, Kuma, the Seraphim as well, S-Snake. Is it just S-Snake? It looks like it's just S-Snake. Garp, Shanks, Markano, Dadan, Dragon, Dory, Brogy, Kashi, and Oimi, which I don't think Kashi and Oimo have representation in the game just yet. So you have a lot of characters here. If we just sort of go through the list, obviously all the Straw Hats are going to be great, especially all the Egghead Wano Straw Hats. They're all going to find very good use on this guy's team. And then the Vegapunks, probably not going to see that much play because a lot of them don't have the Devil Fruit powers. So that's kind of miss there. Dory and Brogy obviously being Giants, and they're obviously Egghead characters as well because they fit into the Egghead timeline, which is going to be great, besides obviously when we get to the next arc of Elbaf. that's when we probably won't have too much going on there. Even characters like Dragon from the flashbacks and stuff like that, they're also part of the Egghead arc. Shanks is a bit of an interesting one though, because Shanks, only Verse Shanks sort of fits the bill here. All other Shankses sort of came before that, so that kind of sucks. Garp, not a Paramecia unit user, so that also sucks. Same with Shanks, also not a Paramecia unit, but then Ace can also work well because he's a Logia character too. Same with Sabo and stuff like that. So yeah, like it's just going to be very hard to get everything that is required for this character. Like I said, 3 characters with these names. You need Paramecia, Logia, Straw Hats, giant characters that are also part of Land of Wano and Egghead. It's a lot going on. Plus, he buffs quick and powerhouse units. Like that's his main go-to, which I do like. The fact that he's not like free spirit centric, because like 9 times out of 10 you get a new Luffy and he's going to be free spirit. But I do like that they are moving towards powerhouse teams, because it just allows us to build out different teams with different Luffys. If I just directly compare this guy to Verse Luffy is obviously targeted towards the free spirit team, which in my eyes is way better. But if this guy was just another fighter free spirit quick unit, like you're just already competing with a character you already have. So like I do like that they are moving away from that. Plus, with the new Boa, that Logia Boa, she's another character that could work really, really well on this character's team as well. But again, she doesn't satisfy all of those conditions. Super Tandem Boost level 1 sets our enemy's defense to 0 for 1 turn, which bypasses enemies' full immunity. Applies an attack boost to quick and powerhouse characters at 1.5 times, and then boost base attack of 175 for the final tap of the final attack user, which will stack from this special. And then at level 5, the tandem attack boost goes up to a 3 times attack boost. This is the highest in the game, alongside Roger Eligban. Roger Eligban is a rainbow attack boost though. This is purely for powerhouse and quick, which does suck a little bit, but it is what it is. And then boost base attack for 700 for final tap. This is kind of whatever. Most of the really good final taps can't use this, like the ones that take all the damage from classes and then reapply it as a final tap damage. Stuff like Ace, Verse Luffy, Straw Hat Crew V2, all those types of characters. So honestly, it's a pretty lackluster super tandem, and one you're probably not going to prioritize, so you don't have to necessarily worry about having all this. The big one that screams out to me is just Zoro Sanji. Like, if you're running Zoro Sanji underneath this guy, you're just going to have infinite value. Zoro Sanji, not powerhouse, but they are a quick unit, so you can do some fun stuff there, and then use their super tandem with super tandem boosts and stuff like that. So, yeah, love that. EX requires 2 or more characters on the crew and can only be used as a captain, so not as a sub. Basically all the same characters that we saw for the super tandem. Sentomaru's there as well. That's interesting. Changes quick characters to super quick, powerhouse to super powerhouse. Reduces powerhouse characters switch effect by 4 turns. This is very interesting because like I can't really think of any really super strong powerhouse characters that have just crazy switch abilities. So this leads me to believe that something is coming in the future with a dual unit powerhouse character that's going to allow us to get some pretty fun stuff out with this particular ability. Changes this character's slot, including block, ignoring ability to change super block to tandem. So obviously he can activate his own tandem ability, and increases the chain lock, which he can give as well by 0.25. And remember, he can increase that twice if you have the right characters on the team. So this will turn his chain boundary into a very big chain boundary. And then boost powerhouse characters class advantageous effect by 2 times for 2 turns. This is incredible. This is like one of the stronger abilities in the game when it is like it's situational, when it's obviously in front of you. But the fact that this guy does this in his EX on top of that massive 4.25 orb boost, you can make every type orb matching, which makes that very easy to get a full body matching orbs with an orb boosting character. You get the advantageous target effect and massive chain boundary. Some nice cheeky shenanigans with the special mind removal. I just wish this was reduced powerhouse characters special charge and switch effect and verse gauge by 4. I think if you just had all of that there, it would just put this character over the edge. But the weird thing here is that like he wants to be used on powerhouse teams, and like besides like Logia Boa and the new Frankie that just came out, there's not a lot of like quick powerhouse characters that are sort of knocking on the door and breaking down the windows, you know. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to see how this guy's going to work. His support is 11% base stats, goes on all characters. It's just whatever, like not much to talk about there. And then his Rumble abilities at level 10, 33 CD, targets Straw Hats, Giants, Vegapunk, Seraphim, Logia, and Paramecia types for attack up level 6, so basically everyone. Like, the quick team at the moment is basically Straw Hat centric, Paramecia centric, and Logia centric. Like, you've got like 6+ Kuzan, 6+ Zoro, obviously now, like, this Luffy, Logia Boa, like, it's just going to have every single character getting nice buffs. Four enemies take 3 times damage. 3 enemies with low HP take 4 times damage. And then 2 enemies with high HP take 5 times damage. Now, this does seem like a lot of damage on paper, But if the enemy has high defense, it's not going to fucking matter. So I don't know why this last shot just doesn't go through defense. That would make more sense to me. Or if it said, like, if you have 5 Straw Hats on the team, then you go through defense. Like, that would just, again, make this viable. 5 or more Straw Hats, Giant, Vegapunk, Seraphim, Logi types, or Paramecies on the crew target self for 100% chance to evade defense, ignoring damage. This is really, really good when you're going up against stuff like S-Hawks, when you're going up against stuff like Strength Luffy, Lulu, those types of characters. But if he's not getting targeted by this, it's kind of worthless. If this was the entire team, again, just something else that would just push him over the edge. Rumble ability, when 5 more quick characters on the team target Straw Hats, Giant, Vegapunk, Seraphim, Logi, and Paramecies for HP up level 8, attack up level 8, defense up level 6. For the first 30 seconds of battle, targets quick type teammates for CT up level 5 and himself a shield level 5. So very strong passive, great CD reduction, great stats. But you do need to make sure that your quick characters, 5 quick characters, are of these particular tags. So he's going to be very tricky to use if you're a newer player, but for a mid-level player and who has like an established account, you're going to be okay. GP Burst, activation required when Rumble Special activates 6 times, so as long as you use the enemy uses specials, you get this effect. Strength, Quick, and Sight, teammates get 100% chance to avoid CT delay. That's really strong. And remember, because of GP Burst, you can actually choose when to use this, which is really, really nice. Targets all enemies ignoring defense for 2 times his attack. So why is he okay. He ignores defense with his Rumble stuff, but not his GP stuff, but not his Rumble stuff. It's kind of annoying. And then targets special CT 50% or below Straw Hat, Giant, Vegapunk, Seraphim, Logia, or Paramecia for a 50% reduction. Wow. Okay, he's going to be a really fun unit to use in Grand Party. Like, really, really fun. I'm looking forward to using this guy. That seems like a really good burst. Like a really, really good burst. Don't love that the enemy needs to use 6 specials. I'd rather us use 6 specials, but look, it is what it is. Leader skill, Strength, Quick, and Size get HP, attack, and defense up, level 6 and level 4 respectively. Then targets all those tags I keep rambling on about for attack, recovery, speed up level 5, defense, and CT speed up level 3. So yeah, this is a really good character. Like overall, like he's just very, very powerful. I love that he's built around Powerhouse. I don't love that he's quick. I would have preferred him to be Dex, but obviously they have something else in mind. And with some of the other characters that have been coming out, like I said, like Logia Boa, the new Frankie that's come out, and obviously I think they've probably got some ideas for something that's coming in the future. Quick does seem to be very, very strong for this guy, and Quick definitely needs the help. It's by far the weakest class in color. Sorry, the weakest color in the game. Not only talking PvP, but actually in regular play as well. So overall, not stoked that it's a Luffy, but at the same time, don't hate the character. He does seem very strong. We do have the next one being Kuma, Daughter Protecting Hero. I'm not going to break this character down too much because, like I said, I'll do my like less than 3-minute video. He has Super Tendon Boost, and he's a free spirit powerhouse character. Does seem like they want him to be able to use with Luffy as well as the Julie Bonnie Pirates. So funny that this guy's free spirit and the new Luffy is not. So as you can see here, he's a standard rare. So I'd probably target the Luffy because remember 3 parts are coming. Target the Luffy, grab the Super Sugo, then move on to the rest. If you guys want to break it, have a look at what he does now. He has Super Tendon Boost with Worst Generation, Revolution Army, and Paramecias. His Special Boost, Strength, Free Spirit, Powerhouse characters attack by 3.25 for 2 turns. And if Bonnie is on the crew or as a support character, boost the attack of the final tap by 50%, which is kind of interesting. Something else I forgot to mention with Luffy as well. This part of his special, where it says 2 turns for chain lock and 2 turns of matching slot effects. This is actually really good in blocking certain debuffs that you can get inflicted with as well. There's a lot of content that says when you enter the final stage, you get hit with like a 1.1 chain lock. This can block that, or it can make, say, all type orbs count as negative orbs. This will also block that as well. So I'm a big fan of what they're doing with Luffy. We'll break down Kuma at a later date because, like I said, there's already so much to talk about here in this video. Because we have the campaign information as well. So, as you guys know, the panel for Gear 5 Luffy is live in-game, so make sure you guys get this done. It's basically just play the game, level characters up, and you'll get all of the pieces to the puzzle, which is really, really nice. Repost and like campaign starting from right now until the 13th. We can get up to 30 gems and 55 rainbow tavern medals, so make sure you guys are doing that as well. This is just going to help out with you guys doing summons, not only on the Luffy banner, but you can save the 30 gems if you really want to as well. So make sure you get that going. There's also a super treasure map starting on the 17th. These characters, I believe, will be the boosters for that event as well. A lot of people were speculating that this was coming for treasure map. I wasn't exactly super convinced, but here we are. They were right, I was wrong, and kudos to you guys. So we're going to get a bunch of little rewards there as well. So use the official hashtag on social media, and that way we can get some more stuff there. And then we've got the countdown login bonus as well, which on the 13th gives you a rush tablet, which is really, really good. So that's really, really nice to see. There's another hashtag campaign as well coming for 20 extra Rainbow Taverns. And then there is also another campaign for 15 more Rainbow Tavern medals. And then for playing Treasure Map, there's a bunch of extra rewards here too. So we're going to get up to 25 gems there. There's also the trailer release and a whole bunch of fun stuff there. So overall, the campaign does look pretty nice. They're obviously just funneling into Treasure Map. Super Treasure Map hasn't come back in a very, very long time. So it's nice to see them actually coming back and giving some love to Super Treasure Map. But that's going to wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Let me know your thoughts on the Luffy down below in the comment section. But most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please enjoy the rest of your day. Apologies about the background noise. It is raining here, and I'm just sort of recording this in my car, so apologies about that if that is taking over a lot of the audio. But like I said, like button, hit the subscribe button for me. Catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.